Hello and welcome to episode 17 of Terra Invicta. Let's begin, shall we? It's been a while since I've picked up the game, so we want to go over what we've been doing in the game, so to speak. Let's start with our geopolitical situation. I believe we were unifying Europe. We were still at war with Sweden, if I believe, and we were going to have to deal with the southern front, which would be Greece, the Turkish regions, and all these kind of areas, which we can get claims on eventually. We also have a claim over here on Georgia. We need to kind of take over some of these other states where we can. Of course, there is a bit of we're fighting Iran at the moment. We're going to have to make sure that we do send forces to go deal with that. We are also influencing Canada over here, and that's going to hopefully allow us to look into influencing the United States, which is very, very scary now with 5.1 military. The Protectorate and the Servants are definitely people we do not want to have any power with, though we've kind of pissed off pretty much everyone that we can imagine. In terms of our country, in terms of our economics, we have both Russia, obviously, and we have both Russia and the EU, and they're both providing us with quite a bit of GDP. Our money situation is not going great because we're spending a lot of our money on habitats. We are really trying to build ourselves out. Last episode, we managed to retake, not this station, but where was it? Resistance. We managed to retake Vercingetorix station, which gives us back a bunch of new labs. And we're going to keep up this aggression. Now, we have a bunch of spaceships, obviously. However, they're not apparently that good. So what I'm going to probably look at doing is scrapping most of them. However, what they are good at doing, and that is very clear, is in space retaking our space stations and taking over enemy space stations. And we are going to use our ships as much as we can to do that. So if we go over to I believe you have Romeo 6, which took over that space station, we're gonna have you undock from the station, and we're gonna have you go and begin taking over a Foxtrot and these stations. But to do that, we're going to need mission control. Now, there are ways to increase mission control. One of these is, I believe, operation centers, and we were building those over here, if I remember myself correctly. We also need to actually power modules. Yeah, these are shipyards. I remember that they weren't going to be much use to us, so we're going to get rid of these since they are costing us resources. And we also need to actually flip the mission control cap, because I've learned that that's really scary. Do we have any other kind of places where I can get rid of that cap? 52 Europa, doesn't look like it. We are obviously... we don't have enough power, apparently, for this. Vision pile. Okay, just decommission that module. But yeah, in space, what we wouldn't be focused on is mining. Getting a lot of water, as I've been hearing about, and I'll tie that into in just a second. But another thing is we need to get on that mission cap, so I'm going to have a look at what I can potentially get rid of. Again, I do remember that we were going to build operations centers. We're currently using 11 for ships, 52 for HAPs. Can I decommission some of these ships? So something like a Romeo 9, for example. Let's go to you, or not you. Go. And I would like to scuttle this escort, scuttle ships, and that'll get us to that cap, which is what I want to see. And we might scuttle some other stuff and just focus on trying to retake some of the space stations and also take over the space stations. So if we look at low Earth orbit, my main plan is to try and get as many of these stations in low Earth orbit as possible. We currently own in the orbit, or in low Earth orbit, we currently own, I believe, yeah, 10, so not that many stations, but we can take over the Academy Station, the Protectorate Station, Protectorate Station, the Servants, and all these different stations, seize them all and make them ours, recommission them to how we want, and that will give us a big amount of benefit, because we need that research, those research bonuses, as much as possible. In terms of ships, what are we going to replace these ships that I've been kind of designing? Well, thankfully, someone over on the Discord has kind of given me some tips, and a lot of you guys have. I really want to thank you guys for a great amount of tips. fantastic amount of interaction viewing. The channel's been exploding really well recently thanks to Terra Invicta and a lot of you guys supporting the channel, and so I'm really grateful for all of that, and I hope you guys continue to watch. So let's look at the designing ship class. Now, I've been told a few things. First off, basically you don't really want to, you kind of want to go for one or two engines, and you want to think about what that ship's for. I was trying to go for pulsar drives to kind of do an even out, but I think what I've been told is that it's just too slow. So if we have a look over at something like a Nova liquid oxygen, this provides us 7,855,000 newtons, or 7,850 kilonewtons. This provides us 20,000 kilonewtons. Obviously, the exhaust velocity is a lot less. However, it's relatively cheap because we just need water for it. We also have this, which provides 10,000 kilonewtons. That's 4.4 kps. That's a little bit in between the neutron. So what we're going to go for is I'm going to build a destroyer, and we're going to go for, let's go for a strike. I don't really know what that means for exactly, but this guy's destroyer, and we're going to put on these drives. So basically, we're going to use big, somewhat conventional chemical engines to power our large ship. So we're going to put the Diana drive on here, and that provides us 2 Gs of acceleration, which is a lot. However, we're going to obviously need a lot of KPS. I want enough to at least get to the moon, so 5 KPS, or we could just keep them in low Earth orbit. That's another consideration. I think that's definitely something I want to consider, right? So 2.2 KPS. Let me choose the example transfer, and let's actually have a look at how long it would take to get from Earth. So let's say from low Earth orbit to lunar orbit, if possible. To get to lunar orbit, let's say we have 800 milli-Gs and we have 5 KPS. That would allow us to reach the moon, but we'd obviously need to refuel from the moon. Okay, 5 KPS with that is actually not that bad then. Obviously, we might not be able to fully achieve it, but that provides us 1.1 G there. Okay, I think what we do, I can't get monsters. I wish we could do like our own classifications. But what we'll do then is I will have a patrol destroyer that we will have very little fuel. Okay, so 10 fuel tanks. We will put on armor. So we're going to put on composite armors. I'm going to armor the nose of it. I'm going to put 1 layers on the other 2. Okay, we're going to give 2 engines. I'm going to go for 1G. I want to hit 1G with this. We're going to put on weapons, and we're going to put in torpedoes, focus fire, 107 damage. So these have a magazine of 6. They don't fire in salvos, though. They fire 1 per. We probably want maximum number of weapons possible. So we're going to put on Viper missiles. I think these are better. Yeah, they are better. They're quite a bit better. Put on Viper missiles. We'll put on the nose weapon. We'll put on the 12-inch cannons. Oh no, just the 12-inch cannon. We're still we're gonna boost that engine up there, so that gives us 3. Though we've got to be careful because that's costing us a lot of those other metals here. Obviously you need a lot more fuel for this, so this is gonna be a very fast ship, but it should be able to basically stick in low Earth orbit and just shoot anything that comes in low Earth orbit just fine. Okay, we'll keep on 3 of those for now. We will finish off design. Let's put UN, so Molybdenum. We'll put, let me go back. Design ship class. Molybdenum, utility modules, magazines. We can fill magazines out. We have fission outpost kit, heavy water sink. I don't think that's needed, right? Because we are generating heat, but I'm unsure. Because if we have a look, so this generates use reaction products. This wouldn't require any power. I would imagine that obviously takes heat. 200 per gigawatt of waste heat. Heatsink capacity. I think we're going to need a heatsink capacity of some kind. So I'm going to put heatsink on. I'm going to put another magazine on. and that should work. In terms of our power plant, we'll put this power plant on, which should generate enough for us. And then finally, for the last one, that'll be a battery. We need a lithium sulfur battery. That gives us a ship of 5,600 tons, giving us quite a bit of lateral armor. And basically, it's just going to kind of sit there, be a fast destroyer that can do the job it needs to do. So 1.1G, 64 crewmen. Save this design. Yeah. And then what we'll go for next is we will do a destroyer. We will do another patrol vessel. And yeah, let's do another patrol ship, or interceptor, or strike. Let's do strike. And we will put in a power drive, or not a power drive, a drive, and we will do a little bit more of an efficient engine. So we've got the Nova Liquid, we've got the Diana, so we're going to put in Nova Liquid. We're going to give that some more propellant tanks. Let's give it, I would say, 8. We're going to then provide it with the same kind of missile armament, so we'll do Viper missiles. Okay. That's going to cost us a lot of noble metals, but we're going to do 1G acceleration as well. Actually, this works a lot better. We do 8Gs. We just would need one ship then. It's not that expensive. Let's see, how much can we actually outfit this? Let's do composite. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Yeah, that's going to need 5 KPS to be able to reach Luna. There we go. And then let's put in battery. Let's put in molybdenum radiator. Let's put in magazines. Put in a heatsink. Let's put in the battery. And then we're going to also just beef up the propellant tanks. We're going to need a lot of water to be able to move between Earth and the moon. There's also a lot of noble metals as well. Alright, I'm going to just finish up by adding in that gun. Save design. Oh, yeah. Save design. That's a 10,000 ton ship. I'm not sure we'd actually build that. Let me have a look at the Audacious again, please. That costs us 61 noble metals. Noble metals and water seems to be very valuable. So we need to look at some new hab locations. Habs. Intelligence. Prospecting. 3 icy planetoids. Those are Ceres. Mars. Phobos has 30 water on it. Okay, Phobos, here we go. Let me go to Mars. We're going to scuttle a ship, and in exchange, we're going to then build a hab on Phobos. So you are currently surveying. Honestly, we're going to bring you back because you're probably costing a little bit too much. Romeo 5, this escort, I'm going to go to you. I'm going to scuttle ship. We don't really need all of these different ships. We got, this is 32. This ship, this frigate, which has just some autocannons on it, which is not going to be very useful at all. Where are you transferring to? I'd imagine to low Earth orbit. Okay, you'll be in low Earth orbit soon. We got 2 ships here. Can't scuttle you yet. Okay, let me go back to the solar system. Let me go back to Mars. Let me go to Phobos. Found a settlement on Phobos, please. Settlement founded, and we're going to use that to start mining water out. That also has volatiles on it, so we will mine from Phobos. Again, we're going to have to get rid of some of these stations. Let's go back to intel prospecting. We will get rid of those when we can. Yeah, we'll put that on Phobos. I'm going to need you. So if we go to prospecting, noble metals. Mercury. Okay, we need to get stuff on Mercury then for those. For these metals, 14.5. Ceres had stuff, but we obviously can't do anything about it. Mercury has a little bit. Yeah, there doesn't really like there's much we can do to improve that situation. However, we can get the game going once more. I believe I did just spot there that that was the station we're going to build with the space hospitals that should be improving the economic situation. And then we're also going to be getting, we have the shipyard, obviously. And I'm going to bring all these other ships back if possible. So I'm going to order you. Hey, you. Looks like I can't do anything right now, so we'll just get the game underway. Romeo 6 launch, take me. So I'm going to get rid of one of these. There we go. We're then going to transfer you over to Persepolis Station. And that sorted out our little deficit there on mission control. They have arrived. We're now going to begin. We can destroy the hub, but that'll count as an atrocity. So we're going to assault the hub and retake our station there. There we go. We managed to capture the station back, which is very nice. So if we have a look now, we should have Persepolis Station available. It is building some stuff. We can actually make some use of it. We can upgrade the solar array. We want... What are we kind of lacking? What kind of research do we want to go through? We have massive xenology research. Life science is definitely something that we probably want to start going into. So I'm just going to start throwing out life science labs. And we want to just get as much Earth interface as possible. So I'm gonna have a look at all of my habs in low Earth orbit. So we can go over here and go Earth. So these are all the habs we have in low Earth orbit at the moment. We also have this hab. We can hopefully build some more space hospitals. So we had we were building 3 solar arrays, which are going to provide us with 120 power. Each of these is 1, so we are going to need another solar array. Build in space, and then we're going to need 2 more space hospitals as well. Ooh. Apparently that's going to be a little bit too costly. Okay, and welcome back. So there was a crash, unfortunately. We didn't actually take over Persepolis Station. I kind of catched us back up. That's unfortunate. But we're going to continue where we left off and get the game going here. Yeah, there we go. Resupply. Let's just undock. We need to send another ship to go deal with that. You are, I think, yeah, you don't have anything available, and you should have been scrapped. There we go. You are transferring to low Earth orbit. You'll be here in May. We can have you begin taking over stations then. Romeo 6 is the part of Persepolis Station. So we'll just keep you around for now. I'm going to just scuttle you, honestly. And in exchange, what we're going to do is we're going to build. If we go over to ship construction, we're going to go over to here. We're going to cancel this. And we're going to start construction on the new class of destroyer, which I should have ready to go. If I go over to ship designs, the ship classes. Independence classes should be the name. There we go. Let's hope we can afford it. There we go. Add that into queue. I'm also going to add that one into queue. That means we need money for that. We are now starting to make some money, but obviously we'll have to see. Okay, confirm assignments. Let's get back to the geopolitics then. So, Canada's doing okay. In terms of defenses, we're doing okay. We have both Russia in here. We're waiting for these guys to get healed up before we go in. If we have a look at the people that are getting healed up. So this is... These guys are moving back. These guys should be healing in place. So just have to wait for them to sort themselves out. In terms of territories down here, we are starting to make some headway into Greece. We can look at the purge on Greece right there. Greece is not in the EU, but we should be able to effectively beat them out.
Ready to go.
I'll bring my entire army probably down here to take over Greece, to be honest, because I don't want to wait so long. We've got someone over here who's causing some problems. Do we need to assault any aliens on our side of the globe? It doesn't look like it. We were in the process of trying to increase unrest in the United States, though I don't think that's going to be successful, unfortunately. We can, however, begin looking at securing ourselves at home. Stealing projects with you is probably what we want to do.
What's the order?
Hostile takeover, can't do that. We'll just have you begin advising. With you, we can have a look at public campaigning, and then with you, we can also have you looking at assaulting alien assets. In terms of our actual councils, though, do we have any organizations available? We do have some unassigned ops that I would like to assign, obviously. We can assign that ops. I also would like to add admin to you. We can get innovations. There we go. Should hopefully lessen our costs. And then we can confirm assignments and keep going. Okay, they've completed deployment. They should begin to heal now. Going to continue to look at our ship construction. That'll be 105 days. We're just waiting for a little bit more money to come through here. There we go. I think that just started.
Merely enduring is
104 days. So we'll have 2 of those Independence class destroyers ready in 104 days, and it'll be a lot faster. The Protectorate are going mad in the Middle East with the United States, which is a very US thing to do.
I found something.
We can steal point defense array. Nice. Okay, and our mission control is going up quite a bit. Let's again have a look at our prospecting situation and see what we can actually get. So, water-wise, Stickney Crater Phobos is what we're going for there. 10 Hygeia seems like a good option. So if I can have a look for 10 Hygeia in the solar system. 10 Hygeia. 61 boost, 123. We don't have the money for that, apparently. Yeah, we're running out of money pretty badly. What is costing us that much? 23.2 from Hams, 15.4 from Nations. Yeah, that's not great, is it? Okay, we did just get a big chunk of change right there. I think that's from funding. Let us go over and then begin colonization. Found a settlement on 10 Hygeia. And with the remaining, we're going to save those because those are going to be used for those ships. Those 2, so we don't want to go over capacity, of course.
We hold no sway in their minds.
Current ships, we have this freighter that will arrive again in May. I'm going to have you move back to Earth. Oh, actually, we can just scuttle you. Scuttle. And let me go for Habs, ship construction. You docked at low Earth orbit, and you are a gunship, but you don't really have anything on you of note. So we're just going to scuttle. There we go. And finally, with the last one, we are also going to scuttle you. We can't scuttle you right now. With that, then we will begin. If we go over to Earth, we are going to found an orbital in low Earth orbit, if possible. Let's have a look at the orbits. There is a point left, so we're going to found an orbital in low Earth orbit. And when they get that built up, Spruant Station. We're going to put a platoon barracks on. We're going to put in solar arrays. So 1, 2. We're then going to start throwing in life science labs. So that's 30, 30, 60, 35, 40, 45, 50. There we go. So that's another space station on the way, and that should give us a lot of research, because again, it's in that interface orbit, which is a big deal. Again, the Protectorate are going pretty nuts right now, so we've got to be very wary about that. Okay, those armies are now building back up, which is good. I mean, some balance just finished for one of our stations.
Our associates are now in charge.
And we've seized the entirety of Greece now, which is very, very nice. They've got like no popularity for anyone. No one apparently likes them at all. Okay, so we've now seized that. We're going to start public campaigning in the EU. Again, we want to make sure the EU is going to be all nice and lovely to us.
Offering counsel.
Standing by
With
for orders.
you, we can sabotage a project. We can also look at stabilizing or destabilizing nations. Turkey's a potential place I would be interested in doing a coup d'etat attempt. 81% chance. Ooh. Is that right?
By any means necessary. Ready for
Yeah, that is 81% chance to do a coup d'etat.
Ready.
Do the coup d'etat then.
Ready for orders.
You can build a public campaign in Turkey, because if we take over Turkey, that'd be a very nice territory to continue our ambitions, and also we'll kick the servants out of the Middle East, which would be very nice. And Iran as well. Obviously, we're still at war with Iran, but we're not really caring much about that war, to be honest. I think for now we'll just have you keep assaulting Assyrian assets. And again, we're going to be waiting until next year to take over some of those stations. And when we get those new ships on the way, and get them moved over. There is one... I forgot, right? I'm building those ships, and they're going to be in low Earth orbit. Yeah, not low Earth orbit. They're going to be not in low Earth orbit, which is kind of going to be a bit of a problem. They're going to sit in Halo orbit. Which, you know, is not great, because they don't have the range, I don't think, to get over to us. Realistically speaking, if we have a look at the solar system, right? If we have a look at Earth, they are going to be situated, you know, all the way over here in that Lagrange point, and we don't really have a station available to help with that. Jomi Station, what are you doing? Honestly, give me a supply depot here, because that is going to be a nice little supply depot we can put in the middle there, because it's orbiting in a geosynchronous orbit around the Earth. All right, let's go back to the planet. Keep going along, and hopefully we can pull this coup d'etat off in Turkey, because that would also get us control of that army, which would be very, very nice to achieve. Criminal favors, critical success 20% takes that gets us money. Criminal favors, 10k. I like 10k. That's one way to solve a financial situation. Big. Very nice. We just gained control of those control points in Turkey. Let's abandon Greece for now, to make sure our influence cap stays okay. We're still healing up our Russian forces, but we did now just gain control of the Turkey, and we should be able to finish that off shortly. We also now just increased our mining output. Things that I want. So fleet capacity we did just get, but let's go for fission. Fission Fat Bond Kit allows us to build things. I definitely want to look at some of that, but Information Science Lab is important to get. So I'm gonna focus on that. In terms of drives, this is a solid core fusion, so that's 400,000 newtons, that's 400 kilonewton. Cement nerve drive 134 kilonewtons, advanced nerve drive 334,000. That's 334 newtons. Mass driver is 10 kilonewtons. There's nothing that I too much want. Some of these outposts are definitely consideration, because we might go colonize Mercury. We could definitely look at building some ships using that. War just broke out. But yeah, taking over Turkey is really, really good for us.
defense was too strong.
Again, we're trying to get these Russians healed back up. Information Science Lab completed. Let me have a look now at Salamander Autopsy, Sodium Heat Sink, Saltwater Batteries. We probably want to look at getting one of those kind of on the way. Civilian Photonic Computing. We probably want to actually start contributing to one of these researchers. Let's go into Predictive Genetics with 2. And then for this project, we will go for... So Anaconda missiles, 12.5 damage, but they have larger magazine, they have larger salvo size. Psyops, that's a consideration. Copperhead missiles, augmented training. Let's go for some of the more basic researches. Let's go for lithium. Yeah, let's go for lithium heat. Oh, point defense laser turrets. This protect. Okay, this is protecting stations. This is laser turrets to protect ships. Let's go for that then. I like the idea. Laser turrets to protect the actual ships themselves. Okay. Turkey is a big nation, though. That's you know, it's another $2.3 trillion economy right there. Let's have you finish it off then. New rivalry just set up. Let me have you begin boosting up public support in the country. I would like you to begin looking at getting control points.
I'm here.
In fact, yeah, get both control points left in those. You need to set national policy. I've got some national policies need setting here.
Ready to go.
Over here, just keep assaulting alien assets. And of course, we'll have those ships done shortly. But I think with that situation now, with, you know, getting from Earth to back, I'm going to create a platform on your tier 2, really, in low Earth orbit 2. Medium Earth orbit, maybe. Let's do medium Earth orbit because it's not interface, but it's close enough. So I'm going to found that orbital. And we're going to put on a Tomo station. We're going to put in 2 shipyards. So those will cost us 40 power each. And we'll just put 2 solar arrays. And then that'll be a basic space station that we'll need to build shipyards out of. So that we can actually get those ships into low Earth orbit as needed, realistically speaking. What the hell is Romeo 7 doing? You are transferring to low Earth orbit, arrival May 30th. You are arriving June. Oh, yeah, okay. We are waiting on some new stuff to be built. Looks like they're trying to take control of our jump point there. There's our point defense laser turrets. Medium IR laser batteries. Interrogation techniques. Graphene batteries. Global command structure. Global listening network. Control point management, I mean, that's a nice big boon right there. I'm going to hopefully take over the rest of Turkey now. Have module, that's some Marine platoon barracks done. We should have a lot more stuff coming online here. Seek peace, declare war. No. Oh yeah, I don't need to even do this. I just go to relations, right? So rivals. Initiative. So servants wise, pretty much just rival all these guys. Anyone that's servants, rival. Confirm. Good. Anyone that's these, bring them down. The protectorate just declare on Greece. Well, that's concerning. They're all the United States now. Bloody hell. The protectorate are just going absolutely mad. Ally with Canada. Rival all of these states because they're protectorate states. All now rivals. Very good. Okay. There we go. That's to hopefully get our military score up. Because we're going to need that to be up, otherwise we're going to have some problems. Though we do have nuclear weapons, obviously. Lost that control point to Greece, unfortunately. Okay, looks like the initiative just came in on Turkey. Let's try and hunker down in Turkey as much as we can then. Let me get a Marcos Goza. I would like you to begin defensive operations in Turkey. You can look at
Reporting in.
advising EU again.
Ready for my mission.
Do another
Time
coup.
for a change. Standing by.
Public support's not too great here. Just keep buffing up public
We'll
support.
make our appeal.
Ready for my mission.
Find out what these people are doing over there, and then let's finish. Let's actually get into the country now. Russia is at war, right? Yeah, they are. Okay, deploy armies. Deploy the Russian army to Finland, and then we'll have them begin moving in. We're going to move everything in like that.
Protecting our interests.
And the initiative have swooped in. I'd much rather have the initiative in there. No, the economy contracted, which actually reduced the control points.
Initiating recon.
That's actually decent for us. I don't mind that too much. We're going to queue that though. But yeah, I'd rather have the initiative in here than the protectorate or servants. Alright, well, we're going into Sweden now. Hopefully we should be able to finish them off here. There's those armies going in.
New regime is in place.
Good coup. And now we're beginning occupation. Declared war on Uruguay. I'm pretty sure the United States at this point is at war with the entire world. No, they're not, but they were at war with a lot of different nations. Ham module on Phobos completed. Let me go over then to Phobos. And we're going to get you a settlement mining complex. We're going to get you... Get a supply depot down, and we're also going to obviously need a fission pile. So that provides 10 power. That's going to require a lot more than 10. So we'll go for a fission reactor array. Get those built and on the way. And there we go. We're finishing up the occupation now of Sweden. Very nice. So we have pretty much control over all of these territories. Now we're going to have this army begin moving down south, and we're going to go to Greece and start screwing with Greece. Hopefully, before the Americans get to it, we're going to have you rival Russia, and then we're going to start moving Russian army over to here and see if we can get them down south to come help. Five armies should be able to handle that. I'd imagine the Greek army isn't too great. Actually, the Greek army is a lot better than our army. That's kind of why we need it in ours. But yeah, getting Sweden was definitely very nice. Okay, you can begin controlling nation. Actually, no, don't control nation. Do defend interests. You can do control nation.
I'm here.
You can begin looking.
Bring this nation to our side.
What's the
There's not really anything I want you to look for. Stabilize the EU, because apparently someone's been building on the rest of the EU, that is.
At your service. I will try to sway the public.
At your service.
Go to ground.
Into hiding.
Again, we should be building out those ships coming up here soon, but they're not really going to be able to leave moon orbit. I would imagine. Yeah, 46 days on those. But our mission control capacity just increased a lot because we did take over Sweden. That gave us a lot of... Stockholm Space Center gave us 5 mission control, which was big. We're going to need all that mission control for spaceships really going forward here. There's the American army now charging in. I'm going to hope that they don't completely destroy everything. Oh, I think the Americans might have that. But we should be able to come in as well, and we have a claim on it. They don't, so they'll do a regime change, but they shouldn't be able to do much else. So we just got this up. So this is our space hospitals. We just get those solar arrays powered. We're just waiting for those space hospitals to actually finish. We've got some space hospitals, and that's actually meant that we've gotten a positive income for bloody once. So yeah, everything's starting to look a little bit rosier than it was. Ponderomotive drive? The hell is a ponderomotive drive? Let's have a look at that. Ponderomotive. I can't see it in here. Am I being blind? It should be P, no? P. There we go. Enhanced Vazimir, very good efficiency, uses hydrogen. So this would be good for something like a science vessel, would be good for a colony ship, things like that. Alright, we now have full control over Turkey. So with Turkey, I'm going to... A lot of mission control we got from that. Let's keep on mission control a little bit. You've got an okay-ish army, but we'll take off spoils. Actually, no, I want your money. Get me more money, because that is definitely something that we've been running out of. Let me go over to our counselors and see what we can buy with that money. You can get augmented. Let's go for a command. FBI, Minotaur Trust. There's a bunch of different things available. You can go for security. This group, that gives us admin. Let's go for that. This gives us more admin. Then we can look at extractions. That will give us increased mining outputs. This will give us military. Let's get monthly income increases. Persuasion. Let's put you with that minerals. Those should increase our mineral income a little bit. Okay, they're still going into Turkey, though. We have got control of the executive now, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem for us. We also now have control of that army. I'm not sure why our army is all the way in there. We're going to pull them out of Armenia, because I don't really want to go fighting in Armenia. Well, that's kind of Russia's jurisdiction. Bring that army back. Bring this army down. So they're going to be adding later. I believe that they're going to be adding in the ability to move more than one space. Right now, we don't have that capability for our ground armies, and it's really annoying. Okay, with you, I need my friend Tianzi to come over with me and begin a purge effort. Size the national colony, cancel administration. Yeah.
Removing our enemies.
Go over here. You need to defend.
Acknowledged. Securing our interests. Ready to go.
Stabilize.
Where do you need me?
Can we purge over here? We can't. We can build up public support though in Turkey. You can't really do anything either, so just go to ground. Alright, we are now moving our army down. We need to get it all the way over to Greece. Have module completed at Barbarossa base. That's a new settlement mining complex, which is should be a lot more mining coming our way now. So we can start to build some space stations. There's the protectorate. They just took over Greece. They're now allied with America. And there's not much we can do about that for now. Hokkaido independence movement. I don't think we'll be doing that. I don't think we will be doing that at all. Relations. Let's get you allied with the EU and Russia so you don't get attacked by the US, because the US is definitely it's feeling like it's doing things. European decolonization project. Yeah, I'm not feeling a European decolonization project as the EU. Thanks for the idea though. But it's probably not something I want to do. 480 centimeter infrared laser cannons. We should be having those ships finish up now. So yeah, 10 days, so 2 weeks to go. Army just arrived in West Germany. Let's move them down to Austria, and then we will move them south. We're not going to really be able to attack into Greece here, unfortunately. Because Greece does seem to have a tight locked by a very advanced military. The American military right now is the most powerful on the planet. Defend our Turkish interests, please. And start getting a lot of money out of Turkey. We don't need to really focus too much on any of that stuff. Just get funds out of Turkey.
Your orders?
We can build up public support. We're probably gonna have to look at doing a coup d'etat
Make our appeal.
in
Standing by.
over here. 28% already. Let's throw some op pointers at that. There's potential we get a full coup d'etat into the country. And then we can just invade it, take it over, and then make it part of us. Advise European Union. Yeah, if we can sort out Turkey and Greece, we'll be pretty much done with our geopolitical situation, besides going into like Central Asia or some of the other states. Like besides that, there isn't too much we need to do. You can go to Sofia because you have naval power. These armies, they all need to actually move properly. Thank you. Dimitri, you can start building up public support
We
into
must persuade.
Greece.
Your orders?
Can't build up any of that, so just go to ground for now.
Securing our interests.
Offering support.
Initiating deep cover.
That true transfer was way too slow, though. We're gonna have to probably replace that like immediately. Predictive genetics. That does allow us to now look at actual research. Fall of empires, end of America, end of India, break up of Brazil. Advanced superconductors, that gets us advanced atomic manipulation, atom special nanofactories. Apparently that nanofactories and stuff like that is very useful. So I'm going to start leading research into that. Alright. See if we get that coup d'etat off. The American military is now bugging the hell out of there. Anti-satellite test just occurred. More debris in low Earth orbit. Well, that's not fun. However, yeah, the American military, 5.1. Jesus Christ, that is ridiculous. And they're building more military forces as well.
People will come to our side.
89% chance now for hopefully a coup d'etat of the country. Hammer module completed. That's a new orbital core for Spruance. And there we go. We just queued that country out. We just launched Romeo 10, our Independence class destroyer here. You should have the range now. You are the correct design, right? I'm not tripping out. No, what the hell? That's not the design I wanted. No. Ship construction. I don't want this. Cancel. No. Destroyer, troop carrier. Where the hell is the design I had? Which ship classes? Rakusan, destroyer. That's a patrol vessel. Yeah, that's not what I want, bruv. Guess I gotta design the ship class again because it didn't save. What the hell is that? Yeah, point defense laser turret. Okay. Yeah, this is the ship I want. Propellant tanks. Okay, keep this for now. Gunship, destroyer. Destroyer, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1. Missiles. Utility modules, 2 magazines. I want to put the heatsink on. I want to put the radiators on. I want to put the battery on. I want to put the power plant. And I want to put the nose gun on, as well as now the engine, which we will do as the Diana Heavy rocket. We are going to go for 1G, 2 KPS. That works for me. We're going to put composite armors on, which does obviously increase the price. Yeah, this is what I want. Save design. That is the destroyer I want. So that's the Resurgent class destroyer. Patrol 1.1G, which is massively faster than any of these other vessels. And that's what we're going to get into design. Ship construction. We're going to wait to build over here. And in fact, what we're going to do is we're going to start building HABs. Not HABs, ship construction. Design ship. We're going to build a troop transport. Or transport. It's going to be destroyer. And it's gonna have on it, engines wise, pulsar engine is definitely considered. Yeah, pulsar engine, give it 2 of those, give it like 20 fuel tanks, give it 3 engines, give it like a 10 of that. We'll just put bunch of marines on board. We'll put a radiator, we'll put a battery, we'll put really no weapons needed at all. It can be pretty much as cheap as possible, cheapest chips, so to speak. And also we need to put on power plant as well, and we'll just put 1 layer of armor on each, 7.5 millig's. That's just water, so we'll go for 15 kps, 5.7 millig's. Which shouldn't take you that long to get between places. I mean, it might take you a little bit of time, but it's efficient enough for what we need instead of how slow the other design is. I need to put armor on. There you go, 10 kps, the sign. And we're now going to get that constructing, actually. So that would be the transport Republic class. I'm going to build one of those. And then I guess we'll use... we can make... I mean, there's not much point. Oh, yes. Well, I guess we can use it. I mean, it's okay, I guess. So go to here. Transfer to Earth orbit. Get me my stations back. Belisarius, please. We don't negotiate. God, the United States declared war on Yemen. Bloody hell. They're going absolute bonkers. Absolute bonkers. Okay, you've made it to Belisarius. So, Romeo 10. Assault tab, 8% chance. That's probably because they have the other thing on it. We can probably look at taking over Persepolis, though. Go back to Earth. That should have... Yeah, that's entered Vienna. Deploy army to northern Yugoslavia. Romeo 10 has arrived. And we will do assault tab on that. 39% chance. Again, I should have been able to get that previously. That was repelled, unfortunately. I'm going to just scuttle that ship then because I don't really care about it. Yeah, scuttle. Are there any more orbits left? We lost 1 point in Turkey, unfortunately. 8. No, yes, there are points left in low Earth orbit. So we're going to add another orbital. And then we're going to do another orbital in low Earth orbit as well. 2 more orbitals built. And with those, let's look at our research. We're going to look at here. Energy space science. Let's do space science labs. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I wish we could do like just do this a little bit easier. Like just drag. But it's fine. And then let's go solar array. Let's go another solar array. And that should be good to go for that station. And then for the other hub, we're going to go over here. We're going to do 2 solar arrays. And instead, we're going to go for material science. So material lab, material. Should really make use of that xenology research, to be honest. That's what I'm going to do. Salamander autopsy, let's get that underway. Let's put 1 into that. We're also now in 2030, so we're in the next decade. Confirm assignments then. Okay, that Russian army's coming over here.
Reporting in.
Acknowledged.
I need to purge that problem out of Turkey.
Terminating the opposition.
I need you to control nation in Greece. I need you to stabilize the country. I need you to build up more public support in Greece as much as we can.
I will try to sway the public.
You can go to ground for now. Okay, how much longer do we have on that space station we are building for... in low Earth orbit? Let me go to Earth resistance, medium Earth orbit, shipyard. That will be done in February. Okay, just a little bit longer, and we'll be able to get those underway. That's that Russian army that made it all the way over here to Sofia. Let's bring ourselves back. And then next turn we can set national policy, declare on Greece and unally the United States. So we don't have to worry about that. Punitive sanctions, impose sanctions on North Korea. %45% in Greece, bloody hell. There we go, the EU's now fully stable. How is our mil tech going? We're nearly at 4.1 tech on that, which is really nice. Army complete deployment. Move to Zagreb. move to southern Balkans. And then we'll prepare for the invasion. Global command structure, so that gain us some command point capability increased. Interrogation techniques. Global listening network. Let's go for Xenoflora defoliants. We'll put 1 and 1 into those. We've got a big bonus for those, so why not?
We've got our people in
Okay,
place.
good. We now have control of Greece. We're going to unally these guys. Confirm. Confirm. Rivaled. And yeah, now we should be able to start next to begin the invasion process.
Our associates were unable to take control.
Have module completed there for Tomo, as well as those shipyards. And now let's start construction on some real ships. So let me go over to ship construction. Let us go over to the destroyer. So that will be the Resurgent class. Yeah, that's the correct design. And we are going to build 2 of those stations in Atomo. So 2 of those to be built immediately, 101 days. And then we can actually do some fighting in orbit. But yeah, I'll see you guys next episode. Hopefully next episode, we should take the fight to the aliens. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Please don't like, comment, subscribe. Really does help me out. Goodbye.